If you've ever priced out a suite on a cruise ship, you know they're expensive, but I can think of a few reasons why it is worth splurging for a cruise. After all, you're going on vacation, and part of getting away is, of course, treating yourself and just enjoying the fruits of your labor. Prices for a suite vary considerably, and any cabin you're looking at, there's going to be pros and cons to going with a cheaper cabin or a more expensive cabin. Heck, with Royal Caribbean's Icon of the Seas, believe it or not, there is an ultimate family suite that costs $80,000 per week. That's like 10 times what a balcony cabin would probably cost. But really, that's a good example just of the price gap you see between regular cabins and suites. Now, the good news is you're probably not looking at an $80,000 price tag. More than likely, the cost of a suite is going to be expensive, but not $80,000 a week expensive. The attraction to book a suite is all about the service and benefits you get for staying in one. There are many types of cruise ship suites, but you can expect a bigger room than standard cabins on cruise vessels, better location on board, and plenty of extra perks included for the price. Wi-Fi, extra restaurants, added service, and less waiting are just a few of these, depending on which suite you pick. Now, while a suite may not be a dollar for dollar value, in fact, it's rarely ever that, it's a compelling proposition for some cruisers to jump at the chance and move up. So here are the top reasons I think you might want to splurge for a suite on your next cruise. Number one, less waiting. I love the fact that when I stay in a suite, I'm going to have less lines to deal with during my cruise. Staying in a suite is the closest thing that cruise lines offer to an express line to bypass waiting, or at least reduce the wait times. By paying extra, you're going to get added service and shortcuts along the way. On embarkation day, there'll be a special line in almost every port for those staying in a suite. This provides a shorter line to wait to check in, and when it's time to board the ship, suite guests get to go first. On board the ship, there can be opportunities for suite guests to bypass lines. There can be reserved seating in shows, and if you have a Royal Genie, well, you can just forget about waiting at all. The saying, time is money, applies to suite guests, and it's nice to have bypasses along the way. Number two are the exclusive areas you're going to find on the ship just for suite guests. Now, Royal Caribbean does not have a ship within a ship concept that you might find on like MSC or Norwegian, but there's still a few spots reserved just for suite guests, and these alone can be worth the price of a suite. Every ship has a suite lounge where you can go anytime to socialize and enjoy complimentary drinks and light snacks at certain times. You'll also find reserved seating on the pool deck for suite guests, which is immensely beneficial on sea days when the pool is the busiest. On Royal Caribbean's newest ships, there are entire neighborhoods just for suite guests. Wonder of the Seas and Icon of the Seas both have a section of the ship for exclusive use by suite passengers. Now, this next reason maybe kind of goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. You get a bigger cabin. Cruise ship cabins are typically smaller than hotel rooms, but suites will make you feel like you're back at home with the square footage you'll find in them. Some suites have extra bedrooms, bathrooms, or even a dining room. The really large suites are incredible to see because it's just hard to fathom how large these cabins are compared to other rooms on the ship. I mentioned earlier the Ultimate Family Townhouse. That measures 1,772 square feet. It's 3 decks high. Compare that to a balcony cabin on Icon of the Seas that measures just 204 square feet. Obviously, an outlier situation here, but it's worth mentioning. More conventional suites are still quite large. A grand suite on Icon measures 431 square feet, which is more than double that of a balcony. Having that extra space is a major reason why a lot of people book a suite. They want to feel like they can spread out. And if they're sharing a cabin with others, like their kids maybe, every extra foot makes a difference. The number 4 reason to splurge for a suite is for the concierge services, because it's amazing how much better your cruise can be with the help of the suite concierge. The concierge is there to be a dedicated resource for suite guests. Think of them like guest services just for suite guests, but with less lines and more service. They can assist in making reservations, including pre-cruise. This is especially helpful if you have a dining package. They can escort you off the ship, get you a tender ride without a wait, and be your aid should a problem arise. Their job is to make the experience on the ship better, and it's a really nice way to solve problems or simply enhance it all. Another really compelling reason to book a suite is for the freebies included. Now, depending on the ship you pick, staying in a suite can get you a lot of extras included in your cruise fare that you would otherwise have to pay extra for. All suites across all ships include free alcoholic beverages in the suite lounge every evening, and that means there's a lot less need to purchase an unlimited drink package, and that can save you a lot of money right off the bat. If you cruise on Quantum, Oasis, or Icon class cruise ships, the included perks drastically increase. For Sky class passengers, you'll get complimentary Wi-Fi access for everybody in the cabin, access to a special restaurant, and room service included as well. Star class guests get pretty much everything included, including any specialty restaurant, extra cost beverage, and even gratuities. Something else that really stands out about staying in a suite is the fact you still get twice a day cabin service. Royal Caribbean cut back housekeeping to once a day on its cruise ships, but suites still get service twice a day. Having your cabin attendant service your cabin in the morning and evening is a pleasant benefit, and it means towels get replaced quicker, beds are made if you took a nap, and your room just feels tidier. I've really grown accustomed to this change already in the standard cabins, but having twice a day service is a really nice benefit for staying in a suite. Arguably, one of the big reasons people book suites is to get more loyalty points. If you're looking to move up the ladder of Royal Caribbean's customer loyalty program, then staying in a suite is the fastest and best strategy for it. Royal Caribbean will give you an extra point per night for staying in a suite. So that means 2 points instead of 1 for every night of the cruise. Heck, you'll get 3 points per night if you're staying solo in a suite. This is really important because the sooner you reach the higher tiers of Crown and Anchor Society, well, the sooner you get to enjoy the best benefits such as free drinks every day. Getting to Diamond, Diamond Plus, and Pinnacle really adds significant value to how you cruise, so booking a suite to get there faster is an arguably compelling reason to go for a suite. And then, of course, there's better cabin location. You want to reduce your walking distance when getting around the ship, stay somewhere with less movement? A suite is the easy button for that. You'll typically find suites in the most desirable places on the ship, and that's not a coincidence because they have the best views, stability, and convenience. If you are concerned about getting seasick on your cruise, you'll want a cabin mid-ship, definitely not at the front of the ship. And so it's no coincidence that you'll find suites in those desirable areas. So is a suite worth it? Should you book one? Obviously, it's not going to be cheap. And when you book a suite, it's rarely ever going to be a dollar for dollar value, but it's really nice to have the benefits and amenities that you get with a suite should you go for it. So if the pricing works out, or maybe you get a bonus at work, or perhaps the stars line up and there actually is a really good deal on a suite, I think it can really make a lot of sense to spend extra to stay in one. When you consider what you get for booking a suite instead of a regular cabin, the higher price might make sense if you want to take advantage of that added value. Let me know in the comments below, is a suite worth it? And if you stay in a suite, so you book them every single time, some of the times, once in a blue moon when Jenna's paying for it, let me know what kind of cabin you pick and if you're staying in a suite very often. While you're below our video, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications. That way, YouTube lets you know we have a brand new video to share. This has been Matt from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, and we'll talk again real soon.